and finally had some extra time to do one of the upgrades we want to do to Jack, and that would be a rack on the top, because long trips, we need extra storage.
So I've come up with this plan. We have no idea if this is going to work or not, but I think you'll like it. Hey, we live on a busy road and everybody's getting off work today, so don't pay any attention to the cars coming by. Let's get busy on this project.
Our 1999 all-wheel drive Astrovan is getting ready to get some good-looking hardware put on top. And after the rack, we're getting a ladder.
After spending a lot of time on Facebook Marketplace and looking on Amazon and everything like that, I just was coming up empty on finding an affordable rack to put on top of this van that looked good, that didn't look commercial and that. And so when you go and you have a custom fabricated one, I mean, it's $1,000 plus. So I came up with this idea, and I think it's going to work. Is a buddy of mine had these pallet racks. So this is decking that they put in a warehouse, and you could set your pallets on the racks, you know. So I found these, and he was able to give them to me, so I got them for free. I got 3 of them, but I think we're only going to need 2. Just for grins, I went on Facebook Marketplace and just thought, how much would this cost if somebody was to try to buy these themselves? So I actually found plenty of these deckings on Facebook Marketplace for $15 a set, or $15 per deck. If you look at each one of these, now I got them pushed together, but here, each one of these is 45 inches by 43 inches approximately. And it's got these ribs on here and that. So, and they're powder coated. So I'm going to go ahead and paint them black after we're done, but this should help me out quite a bit, keep them from rusting. Let's climb up here on top of the van, and I'm going to show you what I got in mind. So I put this decking up here just so you can kind of get an idea of what we got going on here. So I'm probably going to wind up taking these cross braces out, but I'm not quite sure, or at least moving them and adjusting them. So the deck itself has these ribs in here, and if you weren't sitting up on this, you'd see that these ribs sit right on the plastic, the rubber strips here. So my plan is to notch out where these the ribs on the factory rack are at, and then just set this down in there. And then of course these will be together, and then it'll go all the way to the back, and we'll have a cutout here for the max air fan that I've got in place. And then once that's done, I plan on putting side rails out of I just went to the Lowe's and got some EMT and just conduit 3/4 inch. My plan is to go ahead and make side rails based on that. So that's the plan. As you can see, it sets in here pretty good. I was wishing they were about 2 inches wider, because then it would just sit down perfectly and I wouldn't have to do any cutting or anything. But you know, I think this is going to work pretty good. I've not seen it done before, so I'm kind of flying blind here. I haven't seen anybody else do this, so let's see how it works out. Let's get started on this project. Okay guys, I got this all laid out on the sawhorses and the ladders here. So one of the things that's important to me is that if you look down the top of the van, that everything's kind of straight. I don't want to see like wavy in the rack here. One of the things I noticed is the spacing between these varies from rack deck to rack deck. I happen to have 3 of these here, and it took me a couple tries to get the right combination so they lined up good. I don't want to stand there and look down through there and they'd be wavy. Probably wouldn't bother some people, but to me it would be an annoyance. I would know it was there. So anyway, I measured the top of the van, and I'm going to need about 86 inches in length there at the top. I would say that, you know, take a look at your vehicle and measure it, and then that's going to tell you how long you can make it. You have to cut these off and that. But anyway, it's going to be challenging here on some of these ribs to make them land in the right spot, but you'll see me work through that as we go. So as I have 2 of these together right now, we're out to about 92 inches. So once I get this all set up there, I'm probably going to have to trim a little bit off of each end, but I want to weld the two together first and then see how it works out. So let's get started welding. Okay, all you professional welders out there, don't go judging my welding skills here, but hey, I'm able to stick two pieces of metal together. So we got this all together here. I'm going to flip it over. I don't know if I'm going to need to weld the underside, but just in case, once I get the racks all done, I'll flip it over and maybe tack a few welds on the bottom. I grabbed this short piece of 3/4 inch EMT conduit, if you will, and I just grabbed a short piece to kind of show you what I've got in mind here. And so my plan is to weld it down in these tracks and go all the way along the edge of this on each side to kind of make it look good and also give me something to tie off to. And when I do that, then I'm going to put braces back to the other side here. So this would go like so. I think it's going to work out pretty good. I've got 3 sticks, 10-foot sticks of 3/4 inch conduit. I don't know if I'm going to need that, but I at least need 2. So let's get going on this and hang on, I'll be right back. Hey, so being right back wound up being the next morning. We had dinner plans last night, so I got the project started. So today I'm going to be cutting this out, and I'm also going to be battling my neighbors cutting grass while I'm trying to film. So if you would, just try to ignore the mowers in the background. There's not much I can do about it. Coming in the home stretch here on this project for today. So what I've went and got is a couple cans of Rust-Oleum truck bed coating, and I've used this on the underside of my camper before, so I'm pretty sure it's going to work pretty good. We're going to get the painting. We're going to paint it black with this rough textured surface and see how it looks. Well, the day's coming to an end. I've had a bunch of other stuff going. I've been kind of working on this off and on all day long, but hey, I'm pretty happy with the way it turned out. I painted with this truck bed lining, and it looks pretty good. I am anxious to see this thing up on the van and running. So I'm gonna run in, get Nancy. We're gonna throw this on top of the van and see how it looks. And we'll show you how it looks. And let's get her reaction, because she's the one that really wanted this. So let's take a look.
just like that, he's got it done. This man is amazing. And it looks great, doesn't it? Mwah! Thank you.
She really wanted to have a rack on top to make it look like off-road.
Right.
And so we come up with this plan. I'm really happy with the way it turned out, and I'm glad you liked it, hon.
I love it. Next is the ladder, and we're gonna put lights on the front of the rack, right?
Yep, that's a project for another day. What do you think, Herky?
Do you like it? Do you like it? I see.
I think Herky approves. Well, glad you liked our project, and on to more stuff now.
Here we go.